Part two now of our parapet wall sweep. Okay. Now I'm going to show you this method, which gives you a little bit more control over things as well. So let's just pick this wall, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these walls kind of unique. Okay, so they're going to be parapet walls as such, right? So I think I've done this already. Actually, sorry, I've duplicated them. All right, and if I hit the drop down box here, I should have an 08 here. Yeah, so this is an external 08 wall. All right, and that one was done already. Now the reason I'm making this unique is that I'm going now to attach a sweep to this. All right, so if I pick that wall like so and go into the structure over here, open up the preview and go into a section. All right, open up the preview and go into a section, and let's get up to the top up here. Right, into the structure now, and now that we've opened up the preview, we've gone into section, it releases these tools here, and we're going to add a sweep. So pop it in there, right, add a new line up the top up here. We can now add in our profile that we created. So parapet profile, spelled incorrectly, but there you go. Move it up to the top. All right, don't do any more than that, just do apply at the moment. Okay, here it is. Now that looks fine to me, so I don't need to move it this way or that way or any other way. And hopefully it's on the right, it's on the external side rather than the internal side. Okay, and now I've got material attached to it, which is great as well. So I'll go OK. I'll go OK. Let's see how we do here. Now, there's my parapet after sweeping the whole way around the building. And as I said, I've got a material attached to it as well. All right, that's basically it. Now, the other thing that you can do here, if you want to show expansion joints and things like that, what you can do is, because it's a sweep, you have these controls. So you could sweep that one up as far as there, if you know what I mean, and sweep that one down around here. And then can you copy that? No. You could run another sweep through there as well, you know, do something like that. There's probably an easier way to create the joints. I think we might be able to run reference planes through here and split it on the reference plane. I think we can do things like that as well. I'm just going to take a quick look at that and just see if I can find something that would introduce that split for the expansion joints in for us as well. Okay. Now, yeah, so I was looking at how we could possibly split that up, and the fact that we put it in as a profile on the wall itself, okay, and we position it on the wall, it gives us this advantage where we can pull that back here. Okay. Now, if I wanted to get something in here, okay, I could just do the sweep again, if that's how I wanted to do it, right? I could and introduce the profile with that, but let's just do that, okay? First of all, there is a third method I'm going to show you. So I think you have less control over it this way, but let's do it this way. Walls. We'll just call this PP2. Okay, it's a sweep. Let's pick the path. Now it's at that point where I want to be able to edit the path. Oh, sketch path might have been better than pick path. It's not giving me a grip here where I can pull that back as far as I can see. But look, let's select the profile anyway and see what it does. Okay, finish now. So if I select that again, unless I edit the sweep here, pick the path. Now I got a grip on that, okay? So I can move that to here. Now, if you knew what that distance was, so you'll come around the corner one, maybe 2.5 meters here and 2.5 meters there, and do the same with the 4 corners. Get the distance in between, divide it by 4 or whatever else like that. Let's just see if this works now. Okay, and then you can position those accordingly. All right. Now that's it. It doesn't fill it around the corner here because we didn't go around the corner with the sweep as such. And again, but what I've shown you here is that I can control the sweep line, which means I can control where the profile is going to extend out to, and then that would get me my expansion joint in between there as well. All right, so I'm going to cancel that, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one. This is a third method that you could consider as well. I'm going to swap that wall out, right, back to what it was originally, which was the O2. Okay, so the profile has gone off of that now. And what we can do here is go into architecture wall sweeps. So you've worked with sweeps before. Let's do edit type. We better duplicate this one. I'm going to call this PP1, Parapet 1. Okay, let's put in our Parapet profile. There it is. Okay, let's put in a material here of concrete. Okay, I'm going to put a background material in here as well. Solid fill. Now apply. Okay. Right. Okay. Now these are always a little bit tricky to kind of get into place, you know. So I selected it, and then I'm going to hit return. All right, cancel. Now there it is. It's gone in. You can see it there. So where am I? On the south elevation, ground floor plan. Let's go into a section here. Okay, there it is there now. So we need to just move it up. Okay. So let's try that. Yeah, now it's actually looking to connect into this one here. So let's go back to the. And I think if I can actually manipulate this so that it will create the. I'm just gonna. It will create the join, if you know what I mean. So back into section 5 there. Right, now let's move it up. Could not create because it just doesn't like that, but I would like it to join up. Okay. Now back into here. Now again with this one, because it's a sweep, I have control lines over it here as well, which allow me to do that type of thing there. You might ask, why are there hidden lines here? So if I select it and I go into my modify and into the line work tool, look, it's picked up the overhead lines for some reason, and I need to change those maybe to wide lines. So again, I can just pick them like so. Okay, so there's no wide lines as such there. Now it's a bit of a pain having to do that the whole way around, but that's how you would get that. Now that means that I can control this, so I can make these whatever size I want. And can I copy those, I wonder? Probably. No, it doesn't let me copy those, which would have been handy to be able to do that. Okay, so that's another method. So you can either just do the full sweep around. That's the first one. So it's an in-place sweep. Now the difficulty with that is maybe getting material associated with it. The one I would recommend is that you introduce the profile into the wall like a capping and a coping, okay? And you need to just make sure that you've individually the parapet wall is its own individual wall. It's not somewhere else in the project, because you'll have the capping going in there as well. And you can see that was pretty neat the way that came in. All right. Or you can use that wall sweep method as well. And I think if I had put the wall sweep in here and put the wall sweep in there, I did this before, and I know those two married up, and I got my bend in there. And I think it's more, you saw that I had to position this low and then go into a section and move it up, okay? So keep an eye out for that as well, but those two did marry up with that as well. So that's, now at any point as well, you can go back in, right? And I can take these two, right? And you can start to, manipulate them, create line. All right, something like that. So you can, once you know you've got it in place, you can do a few little changes like that if you feel it's a little bit heavy looking or anything like that. All right, and save it, obviously, save it, and then load it into the project, and it'll overwrite and it'll update. And okay, we're back to lines there, but you can see this one here, right? Okay, so you've got lots of control over how you can represent that that parapet. So leaving room for our fixings, creating a design that doesn't look too top heavy. Make sure you can associate a material with it, and then do your sweep around. So you're going to ask me, do I have to introduce expansion joints? Well, if you feel you could take that on, then do that. There will be expansion joints in this, there's no doubt about it. These will come as maybe corner units and straight units, and there'll be a combination of all of those things to go in there. At the scale we're working in here, perhaps not. Perhaps we could, in our elevations. So if I go into our south elevation here, we could, if you didn't have time to model these in as such, right, we could introduce a line in there. I'll take that out of it. Undo a couple of things here. Get back to where I was. Okay. Now that's just to get rid of that. Okay, and we've got our sweep here. So we could introduce a couple of line work here to indicate the fact that there is an expansion joint there. All right.